All right, in the world of publishing, there's really one question that trumps all others. How do you actually win the news cycle? In this explainer, we're going to break down the strategy to make sure your stories don't just get published, they get seen.
So, have you ever felt this? You put together a fantastic, well-researched story. You hit publish, and then nothing. It gets this tiny moment in the spotlight and then just vanishes into the digital void. It's a super common and super frustrating problem.
And that's really the heart of it. See, in the digital age, a news story isn't just competing on quality or accuracy. Nope, it's in a crazy high-stakes race for visibility. Speed and discoverability are absolutely everything. If people can't find you, you might as well not exist.
But what if you could learn the rules of that race? What if you could master them? Well, there's a specialized discipline designed for this exact challenge. Let's dive into the solution. News SEO.
So, what is this thing exactly? Well, think of news SEO as the art and science of tweaking your articles so they perfectly match what search engines, especially Google News, are looking for. It's really a whole set of strategies designed to get you in front of the biggest audience possible right at the moment a story breaks.
The goals here are pretty straightforward but also incredibly powerful. First, you're trying to pull in that organic traffic, people who are actively searching for what you've written. Second, you're cranking up your visibility so your story is the one that gets found. Third, it's about building that long-term authority and credibility. And finally, you want to boost engagement and keep your readers coming back for more.
Okay, so if you want to win this race, you've got to understand the rules of the game. Google's algorithm is basically the referee, and it has a very specific checklist it uses to decide which stories get to shoot to the top. So let's break down how it actually works.
Now, check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the massive weight given to just one factor. At a whopping 35%, content freshness is king. I mean, think about it. Google acts like a real-time news editor. If your story isn't being updated, it's considered old news, even if it's only a few hours old. Yeah, relevance, authority, and mobile friendliness are all important, but being first and staying current gives you a huge advantage.
All right, with those rules in mind, we can build our entire strategy around 3 core pillars. The first one, and the most fundamental, is all about creating compelling, optimized content. This is where the magic really begins. So, here's your playbook. Step 1, you've got to know what people are actually searching for. Tools like Google Trends are your best friend here. They tap you right into real-time interest. Then, you craft a headline that isn't just clever, but is packed with keywords. And finally, you structure your article so Google instantly gets what it's about, which means putting your main keywords right near the top.
And this slide right here shows the difference perfectly. I mean, a headline like New Tech Update is fine, but it's vague, it's forgettable. Now, compare that to 5 new AI features just launched in Major Tech Update. It's specific, it uses a number which our brains love, it's got powerful keywords like AI features, and it just creates this sense of urgency. That's the headline that wins the click every single time.
Okay, let's move on to our second pillar. You can write the best content in the world, seriously, but if the technical foundation of your site is a mess, it's just not going to matter. This is all about the stuff that happens behind the scenes.
So here's your technical checklist. First up, using something called News Article Schema is like handing Google a cheat sheet for your article. It just helps it get indexed way faster. Second, mobile speed is completely non-negotiable. Every single millisecond counts. And third, a well-organized site with clear categories, acts like a map, helping both search engines and your readers find exactly what they're looking for.
Let's just pause on this for a second, because this isn't just a suggestion, it's an absolute requirement in today's world. The vast majority of news is now read on a phone. If your site isn't built for that experience first, you're already losing the race before it even starts.
And here is exactly why that speed is so important. Just look at this comparison. A standard mobile page can take a painful 8 seconds to load, but an accelerated mobile page, or AMP, loads in about 1 second. In a world of tiny attention spans, that 7-second difference is basically an eternity. It's the gap between someone reading your story or just bouncing. All right, on to our third and final pillar. This is the long game. This is all about building trust with Google over time and constantly signaling that your content is the most current, most reliable source out there. And this part is absolutely crucial. It's an ongoing process. You build authority by consistently putting out original, high-quality journalism. You keep that freshness score high by updating your stories as they develop. And here's a simple trick. Adding a last updated timestamp is a really powerful signal to Google that your content is the most relevant information available right now.
So there you have it. We've covered the 3 pillars: compelling content, flawless technicals, and that ongoing authority. When you bring all of them together, you get the ultimate payoff. You actually start winning that race against time.
And these are the rewards for all that effort. Your stories start to reach a much wider audience, organically. Your breaking news gets picked up by Google almost instantly. Those optimized headlines start earning you way more clicks. And maybe most importantly, you build a loyal audience that trusts your publication as their go-to source for what's happening.
Which brings us right to the final question you should be asking yourself. After everything we've talked about, take a really honest look at your strategy. Is your news actually built to be found in that critical moment? Or is it at risk of just fading away? The choice, really, is yours.